Hello there, hello there.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is Johnny Pistol. Introduce yourself, Johnny Smash.
That's me, Johnny Smash.
That's you. It's you. You're very quiet. I can't hear you. Let's turn you up a little bit. All right. We will be checking our mic levels as we go through the paces, as you'll be seeing on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the SSRG skate out. Unfortunately, through technical difficulties, we did miss out on the Paradise City skate out. We have 3 minutes till we start the jams.
Excitement here is at fever pitch at the Morayfield Indoor Action Centre. This is the grand final. A much anticipated bout between the Sunstate Roller Girls and the Paradise City Girls.
Yeah, it's going to be a blinder for sure. Everyone's pretty excited here, and I am very excited myself personally. I cannot wait. This is Paradise City versus SSRG the Sunstate Roller Girls.
I'm going to paint a quick picture. We're upstairs at the Morayfield Indoor Action Centre in the Coco Cabana Lounge.
Yeah, it's hot like a Cabana Lounge, that's for sure. It is a scorcher here in sunny Brisbane / Morayfield. And these girls are going to definitely be feeling the heat on track this afternoon for this grand final, this Tropicarnage Cup. Now, as you might know, ladies and gentlemen, SSRG are the reigning champions of both 2011-2012 Tropicarnage Cup, and they are playing for keeps for cattle stations this afternoon.
And as you know, Johnny Pistol, your girls have been coming second the last 2 years.
Yeah, eliminated by Paradise City, though, last night.
In an absolute nail-biter. Yeah, Paradise City just taking that one out. A very strong performance by Paradise City. First time here at the Tropicarnage Cup. A big hello to everyone watching on DNN, the Derby News Network. All the girls going through their safety check.
Looking good, looking real good. What about the Gold Coast Sea Bombers? There they are, looking like having a day at the beach down there. What about the Northern Rivers Roller Derby League? How about Reef City? Looking good. What about the Bay Rollers?
Hey Teddy, how's it going? This is Johnny Pistol, and I totally love Gladstone. They are my new favourite team in the Queensland area. Actually, probably Australia-wide. Unfortunately, you're going to see a lot more of me and Johnny Smash in the near future.
I've been up there a couple of times. Gladstone, they are so welcoming. They love roller derby up there. They always get big crowds to their...
enthusiastic crowds as well. Now, we are 29 seconds out from the start of these jams. And I am sweating bullets with anticipation and with heat stroke. So we'll see how we go. Apologies if my voice is a little croaky. I've been here for over 20 hours doing some MCN. Johnny Smash has been doing the same.
Yeah, we're both sounding a little bit like Tom Waits.
A little bit like Tom Wayne.
This crowd here at the Morayfield Indoor Action Centre is going absolutely berserko, welcoming these two teams on track.
Yeah, we got number 58, Dodge and Bolt for the Sunstate Roller Girls, and number 89, Alice Affliction for Paradise City.
Obviously, we have all skaters on track for our first jam. Alice Affliction pushing her way up to the front of the pack.
Yeah, she's doing a good job there, Johnny. She has the advantage. There's 3 blockers to beat, though, and the Sunstate Roller Girls are famous for their defense. One now here for Dodge and Bolt, and she's your first lead jammer as she dodges Christy Demons. Woo!
Oh, nicely done to avoid Christy Demons. Christy Demons loves putting a big hit on.
She will put the pain in you no matter who you are. Number 101 there for the Sunstate Roller Girls. That's t-wizz making her way to the bin. She will be a first victim for the sin bin.
Yeah, more great defense at the back of the pack by the Sunstate Girls. Alice Affliction still trying to get through that for that initial pass.
Yeah, Dodge and Bolt also having a lot of trouble getting through the pack. She is your lead jammer, but Alice Affliction also with 4 points now. And Dodge needs to get through this pack and call it off to make this even Stevens. Wonderful defense there, Johnny, by Christy Demons at the front of the pack. And she calls the jam. And Oh, there it is. Sorry, I apologize. Alice Affliction with 0 points. That was her initial pass. And Dodge and Bolt with 5 big ones. Ooh, good start for Sun State Roller Girls.
Both these teams renowned for their blocking, positional blocking at the front of the pack. So let's see what happens during the course of this bout. It's very, very hot here, like we mentioned earlier. So fatigue may play a part a little bit later in this bout.
Oh, there's definitely fatigue up here in the commentator's booth, but we are pushing through, and I'm sure these girls are doing the same thing. Paradise City, Death Angel is your lead jammer, to an out of play. And Paradise City are looking to gain some points now and even up that scoreboard. Polycrackers really getting dominated at the front of the pack there. Oh, hell no, with a big sweep. It misses. 111 Rattlin Bones really putting in the pressure of the shoulder. And looks like Rose Ruin has gone... apologies. It looks like, Rose Ruin has gone up the front to break the holes. And Polycrackers is through for her initial pass.
Death Angel has gone through that pack. She wants the points. Nice little bit of work at the end there.
Wonderful little spinneroonie there. Puts her body on the line. 4 points for Paradise City, Johnny. 5-4. This is going to be a nail-biter.
As we saw earlier in the Paradise City bouts, predominantly Alice Affliction and Death Angel jamming. Yes, it is Alice Affliction lining up again on the jammer line. Alongside Cookie Cutter.
Yes, one of the 2 sisters in the Sun State team. And Alice Affliction is your lead jammer, taking the inside line. Very cleverly maneuvered there as the Paradise City girls opened up as many holes using Goldie Scorn and Christy Demons. Sorry, that's Guns and Rosie. They're both very beautiful. I get mixed up all the time.
You can tell why Ollie, the coach for the Paradise City girls, goes to Alice Affliction and Death Angel. They have that innate ability to get to the front, get that lead jammer status.
And this is wonderful news for Paradise City. It looks like they scored 3 points in the back end of that jam, and that's 7 points to Paradise City, 5 to Sun State Roller Girls. Paradise City take the lead.
Yeah, could this be a low-scoring game? Very defensive game so far.
Oh, it will be a defensive game all afternoon, Johnny, I'm sure of it. Due to the heat, the stamina is going to whittle away very quickly. So both these girls have played wonderful games all weekend, but this is the decider. This is where the chips are down and the cattle stations are won or lost. Death Angel looking for the front, sneaks around the outside rather, and she is your lead jammer.
But as you know, Johnny Pistol, every time I've called there's going to be a low score, it's absolutely blown out. Oh, I don't have a clue what I'm talking about.
Yeah, none of us have a clue what we're talking about. Lady Killer also making her initial pass. And Death Angel now looking for points. You can see just 2 blockers on the track for Sun State. Did Death Angel score any points on the back end of that? And we're just going to check with the referees.
Ooh.
3 points there for the Paradise City, bringing them to double digits. That's a big 1-0 against 5 points.
I'm going to say I was very impressed by the Paradise City girls last night or yesterday with a big win.
Awesome to see Duke Nukem watching the game too, all the way at Portland, Oregon. I'm a little jealous. It's probably a lot nicer and cooler in Oregon at the moment. Alice Affliction up against number 28. Sorry, that's wrong team. No, it is number 28. That's Muzzarati. So horrible with my numbers.
Muzzarati is lead jammer, getting around Christy Demons.
A lot of people that watch any of the DNNs that I've done before will know that Muzzarati is my optimum player of choice. If I could pick a dream team, she would definitely be on it. She's fast, strong, agile, dexterous, and borderline magnificent.
Christy Demons causing a lot of grief at the back of the pack, though. Muzzarati skates past for 5 big points.
Muzzarati with the 5 big points, and that's what they need. We are now 10 apiece, both teams on double digits. Alice Affliction makes her initial pass. Muzzarati looking for another 4 points here for the Sun State Roller Girls. She calls it, she gets her 4 points. A wonderful work there by the ladies in yellow, the Killer Bees.
And a warm round of applause in the crowd here. A lot of anticipation leading up to this bout, the grand final here at the Moray Field at Tropicarnage Cup 2013.
Yes, we have number 12, Rose Ruin, up against number 113, Death Angel. Rose Ruin with 2 to beat. She does a Duke, beats Oh Hell No, and she's through your lead, Jammer. And it always takes a captain to show the rest of the team just how good you are as a cohesive unit. And if anyone's going to do it, it's Rose Ruin, Johnny.
Death Angel is through the pack for that initial pass. Nice little hit at the back of the pack.
And it looks like Rose Ruin calls the jam, 1 point apiece. It'll be 15-11. 23 minutes left on the clock. A very low-scoring jam thus far. Bout, rather.
I can see Death Angel in the center of the track talking to some of our referees. Heading back to the bench. Once again, it is Alice Affliction lining up for Paradise City. And that is Courtizone jamming for Sun State.
Yeah, and that looks like Alice Affliction for Paradise. Absolutely obliterated there by number 11, Lady Killer. And living up to her name, too, legitimately. She just destroyed Alice Affliction on corner 2. Big bumps there, Lady Killer, Alice Affliction. And Alice Affliction is your lead jammer. Lady Killer getting done for a counter-directional block. And Alice Affliction well earned that position of lead jammer.
Once again, some nice blocking at the front of the pack by Christy Demons for Paradise City, but Courtizone gets through.
Yeah, she seems to be the catalyst at the moment, Christy Demons, really holding the defensive wall together as a cohesive unit. So keep an eye on Christy Demons, number 14 in the white.
Alice Affliction calling that one off.
And SSRG celebrating a small win there, 15 points to 11. Interesting to see where the points come up. And it'll remain 15-11. Polly Crackers takes the line up against a number 113, Death Angel.
The Paradise City girls sharing that jammer panty in between Death Angel and, of course, Alice Affliction. That's a testament to their fitness.
It is their stamina and their training. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, the reason Paradise City have made it this far is a testament to their training and their skill and their coaching staff. Wonderful to see them here in the 2013 Tropicarnage Cup Grand Final.
Death Angel's trying to push away. Yeah, pushing.
Big defense there by Muzzarati. And a sweeping hit. Death Angel takes it in her stride, and she well earns that lead jammer. And it looks like a lot of girls go into the bin there for Paradise City. Oh, I make a mistake. Look, a Hell No thought it was her, but it was not. Oh, hell no. Death Angel looking for points. Polly Crack is absolutely blistering around that track, making sure to make up as much time as she can. No pack situation called by the ref, and Death Angel calls the jam, looking for her 1 point. There it is, 1 point for Paradise City.
Yeah, I am now. I'll take it.
Raspberry Bullet in the center of the track. Just keeping us updated with what's happening.
Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick official timeout here. It looks like they're going to check some penalties in the box. Back on track, Johnny. Who we got?
That is Alice Affliction once again lining up for the Paradise City Girls and number 45 for the Sun State Girls.
Cookie Cutter. Courtizone on the outside. Courtizone is getting done for a cut. Also living up to her name, unfortunately.
Not good for the Sunset Girls. Just what the Paradise City girls needed. Alice Affliction is capable of scoring some big points. This is a Paradise City power jam.
Yeah, looks like shellrazor also making her way into the bin there. And Alice Affliction, your lead jammer. This is wonderful news, as Johnny said, for Paradise City, as they are but 3 points behind SSRG. One lap of the points variety will put them in front.
As you can see, only 2 blockers on track for the Sunset Girls. Alice Affliction makes light work, passing that back. 5 more points.
Alice Affliction looking for double digits. She's looking for her 10 points. Nicely taken there.
Spinneroonie
By Lady Killer at the front of the pack. The bridge was not enough. Out of play was called, and another 5 points for Alice Affliction, bringing their total score to 22-15. Lead change.
I love a good lead change. Johnny Pistol, Alice Afflictions. I love scoring points.
Yeah,
2 blockers to get past.
A whistle being blown there on Oh Hell No, I didn't miss the call. But she will spend 1 minute in the bin. Alice Affliction with just 1 to beat. And she's through.
There you can see Courtizone is back on track. Alice calls that one off.
Yeah, that was some good defense at the front of the pack there by Courtizone. But Alice does manage to get past her and score a last minute 5 points there. So that was very well done by Paradise City, taking the lead considerably with 12 points.
Big props to Paradise City. This is the first time they have competed here at the Tropicarnage Cup. And I'll tell you what, it would be mighty impressive if they take it out.
Let's see what they can do with it. Can Lady Killer capitalise? Get Sunset back into this game.
Death Angel up against Lady Killer. Lady Killer looks like she has the bump. There's a multiplayer called at the front of the pack, and Lady Killer is your lead jammer.
Is that Sarsaparilla heading to the sin bin?
Yeah, that was that multiplayer block I saw the whistle for. Big hit there at the back of the pack by Blockadile Dundee.
Death Angel getting through for that initial pass.
And Lady Killer calls the jam. 4 points there for the Sun State Roller Girls.
Don't forget, we'll be doing referees at half time. So make sure you don't buy the right now. Some amazing prizes up here on the back.
Alice Affliction up against Muzzarati. Both of these girls have put some big points on for their respective teams. And it looks like Muzz was taken wonderfully there by number 15 at the back of the pack, Sarsaparilla, who I thought was sent to the bin, but she must have been a mistake, and she's back. Alice Affliction, your lead jammer.
Persistence pays off once again for Alice Affliction.
Indeed it does. Also, speaking of persistence, Christy Demons all over Muzzarati like a rash. And Muzzarati's through for her initial pass.
Christy Demons always guarding the front of that pack.
Yeah, she's like the gatekeeper to hell, that girl. Cerberus himself. And a big hit again on t-wizz by Christy Demons as Alice Affliction calls off the jam. A 4-point jam there for Paradise City, 31-19. 16 minutes left on the clock.
No points to Sun City in that jam. Sun State. I'm getting everything mixed up. Paradise City, Sun City. Once again, it is a Death Angel lining up for Paradise City. Let me get it right. And number 58 for Sun State.
Yeah, that's right, Johnny. Just to answer a few questions here on the forum that everyone's talking about. Yes, Paradise City is predominantly made up of Gold Coast girls. They had a separation about 6 months ago. Since then, Oh Hell No and Christy Demons have joined them from NBR, and I believe there is a few SSRG girls that have moved over to Paradise City as well. Lots of talent in Paradise City. And as you can see, Dodge and Bolt versus Death Angel, evenly matched. Very similar skaters for their respective teams. And Death Angel calls off the jam. Slaughter Daughter does not look happy. She's straight into the middle of the rink, and she wants an official review. And it is being called.
Sunset Roller Girls have now called an official trackside commentator who's going to find out what's going on there. Rep 2D2 is our head rep for this match. Coming out there earlier, assuming it was Kruger.
Haven't you seen his helmet?
What Kruger should be head repping.
Have you actually got a camera in there?
The biggest game of the year.
That would be awesome.
Tropicarnage Cup 2013. This is the third year running we've held this event. Sunstate have won both years in the past. And all that stands in their way of them winning the third time is these ladies in blue and white, Paradise City. We're going to cross live to Raspberry Bullet. No, we're not. Sorry, Raz, I'm just going to go and talk to the listening on the reps.
So I have to ask you, Johnny, what has been your highlight of the weekend, excluding the grand final that we are now watching?
Oh, plenty of highlights. Paradise City playing yesterday, the big Gladstone game. Not so long ago. That was a tight one. That was a nail biter.
Yeah, the first day Gladstone game was a nail biter indeed. I had to start chewing on my toes. It was getting that crazy. But Gladstone did end up winning by 4 points, I believe, at the end of the jams.
Yep.
And well earned. Gladstone went on to play NBR yesterday morning, and the girls had a blast, which is always good to see. There's nothing I enjoy more in roller derby than smiles and laughter.
We've had our fair share of very close bouts. We've had a few blowouts, but it's been a very exciting weekend of roller derby here at the Tropicarnage Cup. Yeah,
and too easy. There is Rose Ruin straight out the front. Alice Affliction not to be outdone on her heels. And it looks like number 92, Guns N' Rosie, will make her way to the bin.
Rose Ruin, how many points did she score? She's called it off. 2 points.
And wonderful work there. 3 points by SSRG, closing the gap ever so slightly. Good timing there, and Derby has won and lost on its timing.
Just calling it off just before she reached the pack. Polly Crackers lining up once again for the Sunstate girls up against Death Angel for Paradise City.
Very different skaters, these girls. Polly Crackers uses her agility and dexterity, and Death Angel uses her blunt force trauma and her dexterity, as well as constitution. And a perfect example, no pass, no point there for Death Angel, but she is going to get the jam called off against her by Polly Crackers.
Yeah, keep an eye on Polly Crackers. Let's see what she does here.
You can see the lineup manager in Paradise City telling Death Angel to call off the jam. Unfortunately, Polly Crackers is the lead jammer, and she calls the jam. Interesting to see if there was points scored at the back of that, and it looks like 0 apiece. Polly Crackers calling off the jam just in the nick of time.
That's a lot of work for double donuts. Donuts. Yeah, number 58, Dodge and Bolt lining up for Sunstate on the jam line. 89, Alice Affliction once again.
Yeah, there's something you'll notice about Paradise City, and it's a very awesome strategy they do. Death Angel, Alice Affliction, Death Angel, Alice Affliction, Death Angel, Alice Affliction, Death Angel, Alice Affliction. The stamina and endurance that these girls hold is incredible. To do back-to-back jams with another jammer all day, every day, amazing.
Cool. Dodge and Bolt around the outside, a lead jammer.
Yeah, a little bit of jammer on jammer action. Only big cojones in the middle of the pack. And it was like Dodge and Bolt got the advantage there, and she is now your lead jammer, and she's looking for points. In particular, she's looking for 9 points to even up these scores.
Nice block in the front of the back by the captain, Rose Ruin.
There it is, a grand slam for Sunstate Roller Girls. Dodge and Bolt with a duck, dive, dip, and weave.
The points clicking over for the Sunstate girls, just what they needed. Bridging that gap, only 4 points now separating these two teams. Here comes Dodge and Bolt easily around the outside.
And another 5-point pass, and that will put Sunstate Roller Girls in front by a 1-point lead change. And if you know the DNN rules, you know what to do.
You know what I'm talking about. Sunstate still want the points.
Yeah, they're going to go for another 5-point pass here.
As you can see,
And there it is. Another tap of the helmet and another 5 points for the Sunstate Roller Girls. Looks like they're just starting to heat things up. And the gears are in motion. Number 14, Christy Demons, back on track. And looks like a star pass to Christy Demons. She's still got the panty in her hand. She is getting swarmed by SSRG girls. She gets the panty on, and she's through. Somehow she managed to lose her pivot panty at the same time. And not only was there a star pass, Christy Demons is now in a power jam situation.
Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, it is a power jam. Just what the Paradise City Girls need.
Yeah, just at the end of that, Dodge and Bolt was sent to the bin, and now Christy Demons taking the jammer panty, and the jam is called by the clock. Well done there for the star pass, and in particular, Christy Demons for getting that panty on after that barrage of SSRG. They saw her put that panty on, and they were just throwing bodies at her like a goddamn X-Men film.
That was a brutal. Sunstate, yes, they are in front. Only 6 points. However, separating these two teams, guess what? Death Angel back on track jamming for the Paradise City Girls.
Red wine is never wrong. And there is a team timeout called here by the Sunstate Roller Girls. A pivot panty loss means nothing. Don't worry about that. She just seemed to have lost her pivot panty as she was putting on the jammer panty. Because the jammer panty was already on her helmet when the pivot fell off, it's totally legal. Totally fine. Lucky, but legal.
We have Rose Ruin talking to our head referee in the center of the track. It looks like we are having a review.
No, it's still a team timeout. They're just using this time to have a little chit-chat.
Still plenty of time left in this first half, just under 11 minutes to score, as you can see on the screen, 40 points to Sunstate. Paradise City, 34.
Yeah, just to reiterate, ladies and gentlemen, Christy Demons did come out of the bin with the pivot panty on her helmet. She was given the star pass by Alice Affliction. As Christy Demons was trying to put the star on her helmet, as one side of the star of the panty went on, the other half of her pivot came off. So it was almost like a quick swap, like a table trick with the what do you call it? Tablecloth. It was very sneaky.
Like Clark Kent jumping into a telephone booth.
Yeah, basically, she managed to take some off and put some on at the same time. Death Angel, your lead jammer, really working hard to get that too. Some fantastic SSRG defense. This is a power jam as Dodge and Bolt remains in the bin. A multiplayer block called at the back of the pack there. That would be number 28, Goldie Scorn.
Death Angel just trying to push her way to the front. There you go. That is no, it's not the initial pass. 5 points.
Yeah, that's it, Johnny. That is a 5-point pass, 39-40. This game is a nail-biter. As you would have seen last night, ladies and gentlemen, if you did watch against the Northern Brisbane Rollers, Paradise City NBR switched leads about 6 times before Paradise City took a very good power jam at the end of the bout, and they took the victory, and now they play SSRG. And we're seeing something very similar as Paradise City score another 2 points at the back end of that jam, and they take the lead. So again, if you know the DNN rules, have yourself one of those.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we have new leaders. I love a good lead change.
I don't want to mention drinking, but I will insinuate it.
Paradise City making it very, very easy for us commentators. Alice Affliction back on track. Alongside her, that is Polly Crackers.
Yeah, Alice Affliction, Polly Crackers, similar skating styles, agility, dexterity. Polly Crackers one to beat. It's Christy Demons. Christy Demons goes for the whip, and Polly Crackers is your lead jammer. And SSRG are looking like they're going to take themselves a power jam.
Yeah.
A what? A power jam. Whoa! Polly Crackers, 3 blockers, all sandwiched together, really giving her the griefs on corner 3.
Polly
There's
Crackers
a long bridge.
Yep.
Christy Demons does well to try, but Polycrackers is through for a 5-point pass, Johnny.
She is definitely a tough jammer to contend with.
And what's the scoreboard doing?
Oh, check out the scoreboard.
Yeah, that is a lead change again. So I really hope you're not drinking red wine.
Could get ugly.
Could get very ugly. A couple of girls going to the bin from Paradise City. Christy Demons, another one to join the bin. This is wonderful news for Sunstate Roller Girls, as it's now a 2-2 pack. A very skinny pack.
Goldie Scorn and Guns and Rosie are the lone blockers for Paradise City, I believe. Five more points. Just what the doctor ordered for Sunstate.
More girls going into the bin. Number 92. Go Guns and Rosie, as well as Blockadile back on track. Lady Killer back on track.
Where's this pack at?
I have no idea where this pack is. It's all over there. It is. There it is in corner 2. Muzzarati looking for the hit. Alice Affliction's agility showing its head, and she jumps in front of Muzz. Muzz taking out number 92, Guns and Rosie, into the back of Blacktooth Grinner on the outside pack ref. And the jam is called Toecutter.
Toecutter.
The Toecutter.
Johnny Pistol, that is my favourite derby name. The Toecutter back on track. That is jam over.
I can't agree with you more there, Johnny Smash. The Toecutter sounds like what she is like on the derby track. She's a limb remover. 64-41, SSRG blowing out that jam with 20 points.
We have a team timeout to Paradise City where the grass is green and you know the rest.
Yeah.
The Morayfield Indoor Action Centre is absolutely packed here for the grand final. Day 3 of Tropicarnage 2013.
Now, I could be mistaken, but I think there are a few girls that are in queue. No, I tell a lie. There's at least one jammer standing for SSRG, and if there was a girl in queue, she would be sitting behind her. So no girls in queue, just the girls in the bin, which is 2 for Sunstate and 2 for Paradise City. Yeah, you need to remember, ladies and gentlemen, at home, it is probably about 36, 37 degrees, and the humidity's up to about 80-something, so it is a hot day. And these girls are showing awesome stamina and ability to push through the pain for the whole weekend.
I normally depend on Dominazn dude to sneak me up a few cold beers. Unfortunately, he's not here.
Yeah, Dominazn dude is working, so the beer van is not here.
Cookie Cutter lining up for the Sunstate girls. Once again, that is Death Angel just pushing away through the centre of the pack. Lead jammer.
Yeah, she did well there, Johnny. Way too easy on that inside line. And to follow her is Cookie Cutter.
Could we see some jammer on jammer Accioni? Some very fast skaters getting around that track.
I want to see some jammer on jammer Accioni. It is my favourite thing in Derby, except for maybe half-time where they jump over people. And the pack is going at a blistering pace. Both teams realise that they need to keep this going. They know that Cookie Cutter will be a little bit faster than Death Angel, so if they can keep this pack going fast, there'll be no points either. There it is, 0 points, a maiden jam, another rule for the DNN beverage game.
Number 101, t-wizz lining up for the Sunstate Roller Girls. And guess what? Do we have a new jammer? We do have a new jammer for Paradise City. Christy Demons.
Christy Demons. She took the star pass earlier in the bout, and now it looks like she will have herself a full go at the jammer position. Muzzarati, sorry, I tell a lie, that's t-wizz at the back for SSRG, getting obliterated by a lot of Paradise City waterfalls. And then at the front, you've got Muzzarati putting the pressure on Christy Demons. And Christy Demons through, just beating t-wizz. And a little bit of jammer on jammer action as Christy Demons turns into a fifth blocker trying to eat the baby. Unfortunately, unsuccessful, and Christy Demons calls off the jam.
I didn't call t-wizz t-wizz, did I? I think I might have.
t-wizz.
Apologies to t-wizz.
Number 58, Dodge and Bolt up on the jammer line, up against number 113, Death Angel. Oh, hell no, calling on more players to the pack. And it looks like 0 people in the bin, the first time since the start of the game. That's good to see. A nice, clean game of Derby, at least for this jam.
Guaranteed, oh, hell no, would be a very, very welcome addition to Paradise City. A fantastic blocker.
Looks like Death Angel's trying to take the inside line. It was closed up by Lady Killer. Wonderful defense to close that gap because Death Angel is agile. Dodge and Bolt takes the outside. She is your lead jammer. Very clever there, Johnny, as Paradise City all swoop into the inside line. And then Lady Killer opens up an outside line gate. Dodge and Bolt takes it, lead jammer.
Death Angel is also through for that initial pass. Let's see what Dodge and Bolt does here. Paradise City set up the wall out front.
And it looks like Dodge and Bolt will call the jam. Just trying to get a butt in front of a few other people. 3 points. Well done there for the Sun State Roller Girls, increasing their lead ever so slightly. 4 minutes left on the clock. A score of 41 to Paradise City, 68 to the Sun State Roller Girls.
No babies for you. Once again, that is Alice Affliction lining up for Paradise City. And number 28, of course, that is Muzzarati.
Of course it's Muzzarati.
What am I talking about?
Yes, Muzzarati up against Alice Affliction. Muzzarati has put a lot of points on the board for the Sun State Girls thus far. She's looking to increase that lead coming into the end of the first half. And what a pack we have here, Johnny.
Very tight coming around this bend. Masochist coming down hard.
Big hits there. It looks like Goldie Scorn at the front. Number 4 was using number 8, the Toecutter, as a human sword. And Alice Affliction inside line. Lead jammer Muzzarati all the way to the back of the pack.
Big gap opening up on the inside. Guns and Rosie heading to the sin bin as well.
Christy Demons going to join her. Yes, I always get a little confused with Guns and Rosie and Goldie Scorn. Not only do they both start with G, they both are the same height. They both have short blonde hair. The only difference, one has tattoos and one does not. That's the way you go it. Goldie Scorn, no tattoos. Guns and Rosie, lots of tattoos. Muzzarati through for initial pass.
There's a little bit of a heavy metal theme happening with the Paradise City Girls.
I wonder why. Yeah. They've got their influence from somewhere. I'll have to research.
We'll have to Google that one.
Alice Affliction with 4-point pass, and Paradise City have to be happy with that jam.
We have a little bit of time left in this first half.
That's right, we do, Johnny. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left of the half, 68-46. SSR winning, or leading rather, by 24 points. 22, because I can't count at the moment because it's so damn hot.
It's hot up in here. We have Polly Crackers lining up for Sun State. And once again, that is 113. Death Angel lining up for Paradise City. Yeah, definitely time for one more jam, maybe 2.
Yeah, I reckon there'll be another one after this. Polly Crackers gets low, turns into a 5th blocker, and a swoop there by Lady Killer. Girls are flying everywhere. Grinner is having trouble blowing his whistle enough to tell who's going off. He's going into the center to tell the head referee who's going to the bin. He's had to take the center to tell someone. Lady Killer, there it is. Lady Killer being sent to the bin. Wonderful work there by the referees. They are on it and they are ruthless. They will not let a penalty slide.
Hello there. Quickly introducing myself once again. I am Johnny Smash. To my right, the very handsome, debonair, and charismatic Johnny Pistol.
Yeah, we are the Johnnies. I'm Johnny Pistol. I'm the slightly over-talkative one. And Johnny Smash is the reverberating, sexy-voiced one.
The brooding-looking one.
Brooding one. And it looks like they were calling for a cut there with the Toecutter, aptly named number 45. Cookie Cutter being sent to the back of the pack. And it looks like Alice Affliction with one to beat. She's through on the inside line. And she is your lead jammer.
Very, very, very nice. Evasive skills shown by Alice Affliction. Cookie Cutter is hot on her tail. Let's see what Alice Affliction does here. Toecutter hanging back a little bit from that pack. Alice Affliction calling that one off.
Wonderful work there by Alice Affliction. Unfortunately, 0 points for Paradise City.
Alice Affliction is the captain of Paradise City. Very little time left in this first half. Not sure if there's time for one more jam.
I love that they're talking about if Paradise City are influenced by anything. Well, Slash still looks pretty good. They were just saying that they'll get fat after 5 years, and that will be the half, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll just continue. Yeah, Slash still looks pretty good, and he's making a lot of money. As long as they don't put cornrows in their hair, I'm sure Paradise City will be good. Now, that is the half, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back with you in about 15 minutes. We have to go and draw the raffle. The score is 68 to the Sun State Roller Girls, 46 to Paradise City.
See you very, very soon.
See ya.
Well, Derby fans, we are here at the grand final of the Tropicarnage Cup 2013. And dear me, what a match it's been. Sun State Roller Girls, the oldest league in the region, going up against Paradise City, the newest league in the region. The score at the moment is 46 points to Paradise City, 68 to Sun State. But the lead has wobbled back and forth this entire game, so it's been an action-packed. I'm panting and I didn't even play. I'm just like watching the game. So we've got two very special guests with us for halftime today. Just like to me, these two faces are like the face of like the unity of Queensland, of Queensland Roller Derby. We've got Unforgiving Bunny, who's always been my go-to lass over the past 4 or 5 years. But anything that I needed to know, I knew Unforgiving Bunny could give me a solid, grounded response. And Dexter's. A number of years ago, there was a lot of drama between the Sun State Roller Girls and the Northern Brisbane Rollers, and I admit that I got caught up in it as well. But there were 3 people, I think, from the Northern Brisbane Rollers that made me see the error of my ways. One of those was definitely Johnny Pistol. Another one was the smile of Rosa Guns whenever I'd arrive at a Northern Brisbane Rollers match, and also the legendary Slamby Dextrous. So these are our 2 QRDL reps. They're the ones that put on this awesome event, the toughest regional tournament in the country. Now, Unforgiving Bunny, so tell me, what are the goals? What, in your eyes, are the goals of QRDL, the Queensland Roller Derby Leagues?
Well, actually, as a matter of fact, we had a meeting this morning with all the Queensland leagues that were here, and we talked about what it is. So obviously, first and foremost, we put on this tournament, and we're going to continue to do that every year, and it just gets better every year. But beyond that, we really want to be a resource for developing Derby in the Queensland region. So putting together resources for regional leagues, startup leagues, starting regional competitions. We've also do open season, which is a Southeast Queensland round robin, and we want to share that information, that how-to, with other regions and other leagues to get the infrastructure for our sport happening. Basically, the time of like individual little leagues playing themselves, that's done. Now we're playing each other, and we're starting to really work together, and we're going to start actually building a sustainable sport. It's a really exciting time.
Any comments you'd like to make there, Dex?
As well as that, it's just Tropicarnage will always be the showcase for where Queensland Roller Derby's at, and that'll be the major event each year.
Yeah, that's right. Open season's very much anyone who can put together a team can join up with open season. It's a good training ground for a lot of the leagues, and yeah, as you say, to build up the skills to be able to come out here and smash it with the best leagues in the country here. I've heard talk about kind of QRDL in a way becoming the league, kind of like the AFL is, and rather than there being separate leagues, like this is only like what I've heard in the grapevine, but rather than having separate leagues, having separate teams that are all part of the QRDL. Like, have you considered that or talked about that?
It's not so much that because we work as a collaboration, it would be about sharing those resources and the knowledge, so we would be the information giver for all the leagues to come to, so they wouldn't have to start themselves or create things that have already been done before. So as the overarching, we wouldn't, I don't know.
Look, I mean, specifically what you've just described, I've never considered, and it hasn't been broached with me, but I think as Quirtle starts to mature, we've realised that previously we had a very hands-off approach, so anyone could just get involved, everyone can do whatever they like, and now that the sport is maturing and the organisation is maturing, we're realising actually, well, how people want to run their leagues internally is up to them, but how they want to participate needs to have certain guidelines, and so essentially that organisation is setting out those guidelines. And we learn something every year, every tournament. We learn new things and we figure, let's not do that again, or hey, let's do that. And on that note, actually, one of the things that Quirtle really prioritised that I really want to get out to everyone, everywhere in roller derby is we value our refs and we put a lot of resources into our refs. So, the feedback I get is that the refs feel looked after at our tournament. That's an excellent thing for us because we do that really consciously. Because without them, we know we don't have a sport.
Yeah, absolutely. I put a lot of faith into our refs as well. I keep looking out to see if there's any out there. Whenever there's a game, a big game on anywhere in the country, you always see a couple of local refs out there. So yeah, something we can be really proud of. I know, like Tropicarnage is a great opportunity for. Can you please not call it Quirtle? That's just terrible. I know Tropicarnage is a great opportunity for the whole state, and we forget when we say Queensland too. We've also got two Northern New South Wales teams here as well. Northern Rip 3, is it Bay? And Tweed. Tweed's New South Wales too. That's true. Tweed, Bay Rollers and Northern Rivers are here, also not from Queensland. But yeah, so it's a good opportunity for all the influential members of all the leagues to meet up here. So I know you had a meeting this morning. What did you come up with? Anything that we might want to hear about, or changes for next year, or anything about open season or Tropicarnage we might want to know about out there in Derby land?
Like, we're always looking to expand the competition, and even locally there's a lot more leagues starting. So just trying to get the foundation of what it means to be a Quirtle member and what the minimum requirements to participate in a Quirtle event would be. And get that common ground and make sure everybody's on par with the goals. Yeah.
I think also we're so the QRDL, aka Quirtle, has been around now for about 3-4 years. This is our third tournament, and it started a year before that. So we've been around for 4 years, and we're finally at a point, like I said, we've learned a lot of stuff and we're mature, where we're actually looking at incorporating so that we can put in that actual structure. We haven't rushed into that because we wanted to do it right. So that was something that we discussed this morning, is actually putting a proper structure in place for rather than just the loose collective, who we work really well together and we're very democratic, but to actually put that into a formal structure.
Because I think the important thing is, like, we know we have, like, amazing people like you, Unforgiving Buddy, you, Dex, I know Stacks. I know the three of you. I know there's tons of others, but they're the three I know. Very just amazing and mature people. But you're not going to be doing it forever, and you've got to make sure that when you guys leave, there's something that remains. What was the reason QRDL was put together in the first place? Was it to put the first Tropicarnage Cup, or was there some other reason for it?
It actually came from the first TGSS. So huge shout out to the Adelaides for putting such an inspiring event on. And essentially I came back from that event and I emailed every single league in Queensland and I said, hey guys, let's get together. And from that date, we've been having a meeting once a month. Leagues that aren't in Brisbane Skype into that meeting. So, and we encourage any league, even if you don't think that you're really ready for Tropicarnage, Skype in, get involved, get on our forum. Any league in Queensland is invited to be a part of it. And again, as I said, one of our goals is, as well as putting on the tournament, is to share resources. So, and to be honest, originally I had a little bit of a huge vision where I was like, let's have like a round robin competition, like monthly for the whole of Queensland. And obviously that wasn't very practical because, you know, coming down from Cairns once a month or going up to Cairns or going to Gladstone or whatever, it wasn't going to work out. So then we switched it to looking at the tournament. And then open season came out of that as more of a Southeast Queensland event, just because of the travel, etc.
Oh, well, you aim for the stars anyway, don't you? Have you got anything you'd like to add to that, Dex?
Probably not. Just those monthly meetings have been a really good ground just to help the interleague relationships as well. You do know about the drama of our history, but without that meeting and to work together on those bigger goals, that's really how all of Southeast Queensland and Queensland Roller Derby has progressed. We're all working really well together now. We are, my league only made it to the semi-finals last night. That's the biggest upset so far, but that's a really good thing for the sport. Now it really is anyone's cup. Yeah.
Actually, that's one point I'd really like to make that about this season, event, is the quality of the play overall has just progressed so much in the last 12 months. It's fantastic to watch, and it's just going to keep getting better. So that, to me, is a really exciting time.
We're going to have to start wrapping this up because the game is going to be underway in 2 minutes. The internet high five. Thanks, Video Bob. Yes, we really do need to wrap this up. These are, as Dex was just saying, I have never seen Queensland Roller Derby like it is now. There's so much love out there between all the leagues. It's just so changed for the better over the past few years, and that is so much to do. These two women right here, Slambidextrous and Unforgiving Bunny, and the QRDL. Thank you, ladies, for coming to join us. Go back.
Thanks, Dave.
See you. You might lose your spot down trackside. You better hurry back down, eh? So that's Slambidextrous and Unforgiving Bunny, two extremely influential members of the Queensland Derby community. We'd better get back. Have a look at this. This is to show what's the change. Dex's Sunstate Roller Girls T-shirt. So, we'd better get back to it, eh? We've only got a couple of minutes left. They're going out for the safety check. 46 points to Paradise City, 68 points to Sunstate. We are coming at you live on the Derby News Network.
That's right, Derby fans, we are back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second half of the 2013 Tropicarnage Cup.
We have Polly Crackers lining up on the jam line once again for the Sun State girls. Guess what? Alice Affliction is lining up for Paradise City. All is in readiness for our second half of the Big GF Tropicarnage 2013.
Yes, this second half will be the decider of all things decided. Alice Affliction up the middle. Big wall there by Muzzarati. Alice Affliction with a small dodge. Polycrackers to the back of the pack. No pack situation called by the referees. And then they're straight back into the mix, Johnny.
And a big hello to Alice Affliction's mum. Is watching us on the computer as we speak on the telly.
Well, she better be proud because that girl is a dynamo. Polycrackers, your lead jammer for the first jam of the second half of the last game of the third ever Tropicarnage Cup.
I saw a panty pass. Christy Demons now has the star on her head for Paradise City.
Big hit there by Alice Affliction.
That one's for Mum.
Woo, that one was for Mum. Alice Affliction absolutely rocking Polycrackers with a monster can opener. And it looks like a penalty at the end of that jam. Christy Demons will be sent to the bin. This is a Sun State Roller Girls Power Jam.
It goes without saying, this is not what Paradise City required or needed. Number 11, Lady Killer, is the jammer for Sun State. 3 blockers on track for Paradise City.
Oh, hell no, looking to put the bump on our Lady Killer. She just misses as Lady Killer manages to stay on her toe stops, and she is being sent to the bin for a forearm major. She's not happy. The referee having to call a few times there, and this will switcheroo the power jam.
The jammers got to be careful they don't get sent to the sin bin for that extra minute. Christy Demons is almost standing up in the penalty box. She is away and back on track for Paradise City.
Good news for Paradise City. They'll get a little bit of a bonus here for about a 30-second power jam. And Christy is looking for points. She's going to have to get to this pack first. And Dodge and Bolt not making it easy. Blockadile Dundee with a huge booty block. And Christy Demons through for her initial pass. And she is your lead jammer.
Yeah, well done, Christy Demons. The Sun State Roller Girls never make it easy to get past them. Renowned.
Ain't that the truth, Johnny? Ain't that the truth? Christy Demons looking for points now. Lady Killer back on track. Big wall there with Oh Hell No. And Christy Demons rolls into the suicide seating.
That is, I believe it's jam over. It is jam over.
Yeah, she called that jam, and it looks like 4 points there for Christy Demons and Paradise City. And an official timeout will be called. No, I tell a lie. No official timeout called.
We have the one and only, and the captain for the Sun State Roller Girls. That is Rose Ruin on track on the jam line. 113 Death Angel lining up once again for PCRD. Big pile up.
Massive pile up there on corner one. And it looks like Rose Ruin gets full advantage of the holes. And she is your lead jammer.
Rose Ruin is nimble. She is quick. Nice defensive work in the front of the pack by Muzzarati on Death Angel.
Muzzarati is impenetrable 9 times out of 10. And she slows Death Angel enough for Rose Ruin to look for some points and go for a quick hit it and quit it. She has passed one opposing blocker, which means she'll get the points for the bin. And she's going to go 2, calls off the jam. Interesting to see if she gets a full 4 points. She does. SSRG with a 4-point hit it and quit it.
t-wizz also heading to the sin bin. The old hit it and quit it. Alice Affliction puts her jammer panties on. And there is Polly Crackers once again lining up for the Sun State Roller Girls.
Yeah, these two have come up against each other a few times this second half, Johnny Smash. I know we've only been going for 5 minutes, but already I've seen Alice Affliction and Polly Crackers take the jammer panty multiple times against each other.
Alice Affliction.
She loves doing that little Duke. Big hit there by Lady Killer. She knew what Alice was doing. Polly Crackers takes the outside as Lady Killer opened up the hole. And Polly Crackers is your lead jammer.
Alice being clipped as she tried to get around the inside of the track. Comes down, straight back up again. Here comes Polly Crackers.
She's looking for points. Big swing there by number 92. That would be Goldie Scorn. So I get these back to front as Guns and Rosie. And Polly Crackers through for a 5-point pass.
A lot of love for Polly Crackers online. Yeah, 5 more points for Sun State, extending that lead. Oh no, Alice Affliction is heading to the sin bin for a high block, I believe.
Yeah, that was a high block, and this is a power jam. Polly Crackers looking for the outer play. It's there. 5-point pass for Sun State Roller Girls.
And if you have a go-to girl to score big points in a power jam, Polly Crackers is that girl. She gets down low and she goes. Look at hell no, just lining her up or trying to line her up.
Yeah, nice tight wall here. Dodge and Bolt looks to come in and sweep the hole. She's doing it again. Polly Crackers inside. Big hit there by Christy Demons. And it just wasn't quite on the money. Polly Crackers with a 5-point pass.
Beautiful.
And a penalty in for Christy Demons. Polly Crackers is going to be happy with that.
Beautiful evasive skills by Polly Crackers scoring the points.
A full box for Paradise City. Not good news for the ladies in white as they now trail by 39 points. Big hit there. And that will be a counter-directional by number 111, Rattlin Bones.
Yeah, 5 big points to Sun State as well. A big round of applause here in the Morayfield Indoor Action Leisure Centre.
Yeah, this is the Morayfield Leisure Centre.
It's starting to cool down a little bit up here. Is that me or is...
No, it's still boiling hot.
Still boiling hot?
It's still boiling hot.
I might have dropped by half a degree and I might have just felt it. Me and Johnny Pistol up here in the Coco Cabana's lounge, sweating bullets, big bullets.
Wonderful work there by Cookie Cutter. She took a big bump, managed to do what looked like an Olympic-style hop, skip, and a jump, and she is your lead jammer, well-deserved of the title. Big hit there by 101 t-wizz. I tell a lie, that's number 18. That is Stepford Knife.
Death Angel has to come in right behind that pack. Very costly to... very costly for the pack. Oh, another big pile-up.
And a spinneroonie by Cookie Cutter, and that'll be a 5-point pass. Oh, but she does cop a forearm major, so it'll be interesting to see if she got all 5 points during that pass. And we now have ourselves a Paradise City Power Jam.
Big shout out to Sweet FA. She's checking us out online on DNN.
I love when you say it's Sweet FA because it sounds like it should.
Sweet Fanny Adams.
A lot of love for Sweet Fanny Adams. She came in yesterday and did a wonderful job announcing for all your pleasures. And now we have Death Angel looking to capitalize on the Power Jam as Sun State Roller Girls realize that this is very important. If they can hold back Death Angel, they can hold on to their lead. And the crowd loves that. That was a wonderful defensive maneuver. And Death Angel has to go all the way to the back of the pack, and she's not happy.
Just a constant barrage of big hits from the Sun State Girls can definitely take it out of a jammer. Trying to find that gap. Zigzagging away through the pack.
Yeah, I agree with the feed. I think Paradise City are starting to lose a little bit of stamina. You've got to remember they're doing back-to-back jammers. They have Alice Affliction and Death Angel almost 50-50 for the entire time. Christy Demons substituting in. Monster hit there. Absolute obliterator by Masochist MeLL. And she has destroyed Death Angel.
Ooh, this crowd is making some noise. That was a massive hit.
And that was clean, too. That was the thing I loved about it. Well, I think it was clean. She doesn't look like she's in the bin. So, yep, that looked like it was clean. And there is going to be an official timeout as the referees discuss that Masochist MeLL. It was Masochist MeLL that dealt that giant hit.
I felt that
I
all
felt
the way
it up
here.
here. I actually got a little bit cooler from the breeze that came off the ricochet.
I could feel my jowls wobble a little bit. Big hello once again to everyone listening and watching on DNN, the Derby News Network.
A big shout out to Nikki as well. Nikki Knockout from SSRG. She's on the DNN feed watching this, and
Evil Britches.
I don't know how anyone could not love Nikki Knockout. She's done a lot for roller derby in the early years, and in particular a lot for the
Back in
Sun
the
State
day.
Roller Girls.
Yeah, definitely. Sun State Roller Derby bout was one of the very, very first bouts I did watch over in Beenleigh, and that put me onto roller derby. From that night on, I said to myself, this is the way to go.
I want to be on this.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on this.
Jumped on the bandwagon. I haven't looked back. Big love to roller derby.
And it looks like nothing came of that official timeout. No penalties were served late. We have number 58, Dodge and Bolt, up against number 89, Alice Affliction. Alice Affliction seems to have the jump on Dodge and Bolt as Paradise City put in a monster waterfall at the back on Dodge and Bolt. Alice Affliction, your lead jammer. Muzzarati not making it easy for her, but she is through.
Yeah, Dodge and Bolt also through for that initial pass. Where's this pack out? There it is. 2 blockers apiece on track for each team.
Guns N' Rosie being sent to the bin. Now remember, Guns N' Rosie is the little short blonde one with no tattoos.
It's only a matter of time before she does get tattoos and we'll be screwed. A big round of applause.
Yeah, the crowd is getting excited now. We're in 20 minutes left of the second half. 104 points to 53.
T-wizz is lining up for Sun State once again, but Death Angel is trying to push her way to the front of the pack.
Yeah, wonderful maneuver there by Death Angel. Unfortunately, she was counteracted by Sun State Roller Girls, and they closed that door very quickly. And look at the spin. She was like caught up in some kind of crazy wrestling move. I thought they were going to give her a power bomb, but instead she gets through, and she is lead jammer.
I was going to say some handy blocking at the back of the pack by Christy Demons, but she is heading to the sin bin to join Guns N' Rosie. So 2 blockers on track for Paradise City.
t-wizz being called for a forearm major. This is wonderful news for Paradise City fans as Death Angel calls off the jam, and they are going to start this next jam with a perfect power jam opportunity. I have seen a few girls this weekend score upwards of 30 points in a power jam. So if they make the most of this situation, Paradise City can be anywhere between 10 and 20 points trailing.
Alice Affliction is the go-to jammer for Paradise City. Mischief Mary, a big hello to Mischief Mary. Power jam in big fonts.
Yeah, Rosa Guns is Northern Brisbane Rollers. Guns N' Rosie, Paradise City. They are not the same person, just backwards pronounced names.
I can see Rob from Gladstone in the centre of the track wearing a fez. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, the Aladdin monkey fez is a unusual fashion statement, though I am not one to point fingers considering the lack of fashion that I manage to wear most days of the week.
Is that Annabelle Lecter online as well? This time out is probably a good opportunity for both teams to regroup, take a break. Here's Alice Affliction trying to push her way past those 3 blockers. Nicely done, Alice Affliction.
Well done to Alice Affliction, and a big hello to Annabelle Lecter, who is watching the DNN feed as well. Shame not to have Annabelle Lecter this weekend. I did miss her.
Noticeably absent, Annabelle Lecter. Big hello.
Alice Affliction with that hip-hop spinneroonie, and she is through for a 5-point pass, and she is doing what I said she needs to do, capitalizing on this power jam.
Alice Affliction looking to
and
bust
they
the move.
throw themselves at her. They realize that this is do or die, and Alice Affliction now with 10 points for Paradise City.
That was a big zigzag for Alice Affliction. See the blockers through the Paradise City girls. Slowed it right down. Alice Affliction with a spinneroonie.
Again, that girl is a dynamo. 15 points for Paradise City, now trailing by 33. Another couple of points here for Alice Affliction, and we have ourselves a good old-fashioned game of roller derby.
Nice evasive skills again. Once again, Alice Affliction getting past that final blocker. 5 more points. I believe that was 5 more points. Sun State Jammer back on track. Jammer alert, jammer alert.
And it looks like t-wizz back on track. Alice Affliction calls a jam, and another 1 point at the back of that for Paradise City, 77 to 104. Another power jam like that, Johnny, and we are going to have ourselves a lead change again.
We're checking out the big derby clock. Still plenty of time left. Just over 17 minutes. As we know, that's an eternity in roller derby.
Death Angel up against Dodge and Bolt. For those of you crazy people that don't know, Paradise City being the white and navy, and Sun State Roller Girls being the black and yellow, yeah. You know what it is.
I know what it is, Johnny Pistol on the inside. Lead jam. Oh, both jammers through.
And a little bit of jammer on jammer actione, big cojones. I want to see these girls demolish each other. Dodge and Bolt's got a big smile on her face. Death Angel with her particular poker face. She's very serious. She wants these points.
Well, it's been a big 3 days of roller derby. We deserve to see some action and jammer action. Big cojones.
And 2 points for Dodge and Bolt. 1 for Death Angel. And Dodge and Bolt's got to be happy with that. Sneaky 2 points over the 1. Yeah, you got to risk it to get the biscuit, but sometimes it'll turn around and bite you.
It could be glorious, it could be demoralising, but you got to go for it, Johnny Pistol.
That's it, you got to go for it no matter what.
Once again, we have the wonderful, sensational Polly Crackers back on the jammer line for Sun State. Alice Affliction, number 89.
I think she has to be the most adored jammer for the entire competition. Alice Affliction has been a standout. And she will have a lot of fans at the end of this tournament, if not already. Christy Demons holding Polly Crackers back with Rattlin Bones into the pack. 45, that's Cookie Cutter comes to split the pack and help Polly Crackers out. The pack is catching up to the front, and Polly Crackers is through.
Guns and Rosie is in the sin bin for Paradise City. 1 short on track. Oh, did I see what I saw? I did see what I saw. You
can definitely steal Risket Biscuit. And I live my life by that, Johnny. You got to risk it to get the biscuit, and I bloody love my biscuits. Anzac, cookies and cream, doesn't matter, I'll take it. Polly Crackers with a 5-point pass, a wonderful maneuver there. A star pass onto Christy Demons again. This is where you start to realize that maybe that 50-50 jamming for Alice Affliction and Death Angel is going to pay its price. It is a hot day, and that is a lot of jamming. Big hit there at the back end there by Rose Ruin on Christy Demons. 0 points for Paradise City, and another 4 points for Polly Crackers.
Well, it was 35 degrees advertised on the news this morning. I guaranteed it's hotter than 35 degrees here in Morayfield.
The commentator's booth happens to be about 20 metres up in the corner of the building with no whirlybirds, no fans, and a lot of electrical equipment. So it's 36 degrees down on the track. It's probably about 45 up here.
Mental note, next year I think we bring a blow-up pool.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Geek is on it, though. All serious aside, it probably is about 40 degrees up here. I am sweating buckets, and it's all to do with the excitement of this game, nothing to do with the heat.
It's electrifying on our main track here at Morayfield.
People are asking where Chop Chop is. I've heard a few tidbits of information down the line. I do believe that she is on a break from Sun State Roller Girls. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that Chop Chop is on a break, on hiatus. It's a shame not to see it, too, because that's my favourite call by the crowd, the Chop Chop.
The arms flailing, a chop, 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 chop. I'm missing it.
I believe the first real derby cheer thing was from the beer squad for Chop Chop with the big karate chops in the air, and the crowd absolutely love it. So a big shout out to Chop Chop. If she ever does hear this, we love you in the roller derby community. You are a beautiful person.
We've got the beer squad here. Plenty of beer squad here this evening representing Sun State. Ooh, a little bit of information coming online.
Oh, well, there you go. Moving to BCD.
BCD.
Yeah, I'm curious. You'll have to let me know, Nikki, who is BCD? I'm not familiar with the acronym.
Or is that a typo?
BCR. BCR. That changes everything.
Now it all makes sense.
Nikki. She's always tricking me. Sending me pictures of her leg, trying to make it look like a bum. She's a Swifty girl, old Nikki. She's Swifty. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Chop Chop, according to Nikki Knockout, the lady with all the information, is playing for Brisbane City Rollers. No doubt we did not see her to this tournament, so I'm assuming that she will start playing for them next year.
Getting the information out there before anyone else. Chop Chop, BCR. You heard it first here on DNN. The two Johnnies breaking the information.
Yeah, we are like crazy good journalists for CNN and NNN.
And easy for you to say.
And we're back onto the game. 115 Sun State Roller Girls, 78 Paradise City Death Angel up against Lady Killer.
Death Angel is pushing away down the center of that pack. Lady Killer.
Big hit there by, oh hell no, I saw that a mile away too. Lady Killer tried to take the outside, and oh hell no, put on the targets and absolutely destroyed her. But that meant nothing in the scheme of things. That's Lady Killer, who ducks, weaves, and dips, and takes the lead jammer position. How do you feel about that, Johnny?
Very nicely done. Taking a big hit. That's the first rule as a jammer. Stay away from oh hell no. Yeah,
big congratulations to Lady Killer, though, because her training has obviously paid off. She knows how to take those big hits and to keep trucking, to get back on the proverbial horse, and to take out lead jammer after receiving a hit like that. A testament to her endurance. 5 points for Lady Killer, a grand slam.
Nice blocking by the likes of Dodge and Bolt in the back of the pack, keeping Death Angel at bay.
And a sandwich at the front there. Oh, hell no, again, rubbing shoulders with Lady Killer, but she's through for another 5 points. A grand slam as Death Angel is starting to look a little tired. The waterfalls are really starting to destroy her endurance. I could never imagine doing 40 minutes of jamming both her and Alice Affliction, and in a 38-degree heat.
That's Death Angel's original pass. That's the initial pass, but Sun State still after the points. That is jam over.
And the jam is called. Lady Killer, a wrecking ball. She's holding her mouth, but she's earned the points. And a couple of condolences there by each of the teams. And that was Blockadile Dundee to come over and congratulate Lady Killer for doing such a great job.
The wonderful cookie cutter lining up on the German line for Sun State, and that is Alice Affliction for Paradise City. We have the bench manager approaching the centre of the track.
I'll tell you what, Teddy's telling me that it's good to see me with some clothes on, but with this bloody heat that we're going through at the moment, I wish I wasn't wearing anything at all. I was a G-string I was tempted to wear, but...
G-string?
Yeah, corduroy G-string. Think about that.
Yeah, we definitely got to push for that pool next year.
Yeah, I do believe Paradise City have a few secondary jammers. Occasionally they will use Christy Demons, and I believe Goldie Scorn will jam as well.
Haven't seen Rattlin Bones?
They're Rattlin Bones, not Goldie Scorn. But Paradise City have opted to stick with the formula of Alice Affliction and Death Angel, and let's see how that pays off.
Cookie cutter is the lead jammer. Nicely done on the inside. Sun State Roller Derby looking to extend their lead over Paradise City. Just under 12 minutes left in this second half of the grand final. 5 more points.
I'll be happy to let you know, Kit Kat Crunch, that I definitely have booked my tickets for the Great Southern Slam 2014, and I'm sure Johnny Smash will not be far behind me.
I am there. Well and truly there. I love Adelaide.
Yes, a lot of penalties being racked up on the whiteboard. Alice Affliction calls the JM. And we are on 139-78. A very close game on the track. The points never reflect a game of Derby. Any experienced Derby watcher will understand that.
Well, Sunstate are renowned for the speed of their games. It's up to Paradise City to try to keep up with them. They try to cause that fatigue, try to wear you out.
I have a little bit of sympathy for Paradise City because they did have to play Northern Brisbane Rollers last night, and I'm sure they threw everything they had against them, and that had to take something out of the tank. Well-earned victory by Paradise City last night against Northern Brisbane Rollers. It was a crazy game to watch and commentate for, but like I said, that's got to take something out of the tank, and I'm sure Paradise City are now just running on adrenaline, talent, and training.
I was talking to Death Angel a little bit earlier, displaying some of her bruises from last night's brutal affair. It was a tough bout. Yeah, no doubt it would have taken a little bit of the oomph out of the step.
Yeah, they definitely have more than two, Princess. They have Christy Demons as a backup jammer, and they also have Rattlin Bones. But their formula is to use all their blockers in a consistent blocking position, and Alice Affliction and Death Angel as pure jammers. Like I said, we will find out if that formula is going to work, or if in the future they will change it, or even in the end of this game they will change it. Maybe they've got a surprise plan where they go whoop-de-doo, put some Rattlin Bones out there for the last 10 minutes as a refreshed jammer, and she'll rack up 40, 50 points.
Like we mentioned earlier, Alice Affliction and Death Angel renowned for getting that lead jammer status. Defensively, Sunstate have been tightening up, denying Alice Affliction and Death Angel that lead jammer status. Let's see what they do here.
Yeah, also need to remind everyone that, yes, Christy Demons is on 6 penalties, so she will not be jamming. I would assume that she will not be jamming any longer because it is too risky. Alice Affliction takes the lead jammer position. This is good news for Paradise City as the blockers are spread thin and far.
Yeah, that's right. Ewell Bridges. Don't forget Goldie Scorn, Guns N' Rosie, Esta La'Vista. Plenty of talent out there. Plenty of jammer talent.
Yes, I realise there is talent, but when we play sport, you need to stick to your formula. You need to stick to what you want, what you've been training, and I can only assume that they.
It did sound like you said.
Did I really?
Yeah,
My
it
bad.
sounded a little bit like that. But
My bad. Yeah, I just saying like they do. They've been training for this for the last couple of months, and this is the plan that they want to stick to. And I totally agree with the ability and strength that they've put forward with just 2 jammers.
Well, it was only 6 months ago. Paradise City took on the Northern Brisbane Rollers, got absolutely thumped. So yeah, the improvement is through the roof. They're here at the grand final of Tropicarnage.
Lady Killer is your lead jammer, closely followed by Death Angel.
Jammer on jammer action, check it out.
I love a bit of jammer on jammer action, and Lady Killer's going to force her to the back of the pack. A wonderful maneuver by Lady Killer. The girl is at the top of her game. I remember a couple of years out when Lady Killer was pure talent, and now she is an experienced talent. She is an amazing person to watch, both jamming and blocking. Taken nicely there, but the blockers went down. Lady Killer can continue on, and she calls the jam.
I love it. There was a very warm, and again, there's a very warm round of applause by this very knowledgeable Derby crowd, acknowledging that was a great move.
Yes, it was. That was very well executed. The timing on it was perfect. I think Meat Biscuit's at the end of his tether. He's had a long couple of days too. All of us are up in the commentators' booth, so a big love from me, and I'm sure from Johnny Smash as well, to all the commentators that were involved. Polly crackers straight up the guts and doesn't even think about it, takes the lead jammer position.
Alice Affliction getting thumped by Muzzarati. One more blocker to get past the Alice Affliction.
If you're going to get thumped by a blocker, Muzzarati's the wrong one to pick. She will hurt you every day of the week.
She'll hurt you inside, outside, all over.
Unless she's not on 8 wheels, then she's really, really lovely, which is a lot of girls. Polly Crackers with a 4-point pass, increasing SSRG's lead just ever so slightly, calls off the jam just as Alice Affliction makes her way to the back of the pack.
A lot of love online for Meat Biscuit. He has joined us up here in the Cabana Lounge. People love Meat Biscuit. People love you.
I told them that you were up here. Meat Biscuit says, hi, World Wide Web. He's a little backwards. He's from Toowoomba.
Big hello to anyone watching us in Toowoomba. Lovely area.
Oh, I love Toowoomba. 58 dodge and bolt up against. It's a 50-50 coin. She's so smooshed up into the pack, I can't actually see. I'm going to guess it's Death Angel.
Death Angel.
It is Death Angel.
That's a very, very tight pack coming around that bend, but Death Angel is the lead jammer. Nice work defensively. Dodge and bolt being held up at the front of the pack.
Yeah, with the Toecutter.
Toecutter.
The Toecutter. Sounds like a comic book character. I love it.
People know about the Toecutter. Oh, the Spinneroonie.
And Death Angel calls the jam. 4 points for Paradise City. They're not gonna need some luck here though, Johnny. They're gonna need a power jam or at least 4 Grand Slams in a row. They're gonna need an injection of points. 149.85, 6 minutes left on the clock. You saw the Paradise City versus Northern Brisbane roller game last night. My biological father, I believe, is in Toowoomba, so there you can have that.
We've been told we got to love Toowoomba or they will kill us.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, don't mess with Toowoomba. They got nothing else to do out there but killing. I'm just kidding. Back to the game. We have Rose Ruin with 1 to beat. It looks like it is Guns N' Rosie. She beats her on the inside. And there is no lead jammer for Rose Ruin as Alice Affliction calls off the jam.
We're getting a bit light on time in our second half. Just over 5.5 minutes left on the big derby clock here.
Yeah, you can definitely count on Sun State Roller Girls going to wind this clock down as best they can.
We have our in-house announcer, Honest Dave, whipping this crowd into an absolute frenzy with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, it's like a Jaws film. It's like blood and riding. It's crazy.
That is something in the history books right there. To feed the Northern Brisbane Rollers last night, that is not an easy task. And an even more difficult task is going up against the...
There you can see the Geek is putting up the whiteboard for all you to see. Number 111, Rattlin Bones, is on 6. Number 14, Christy Demons, is on 6. Number 92, Guns and Rosie on 6. And number 12 for Sun State Roller Girls, Rose Ruin, is on 5. So well done there for Sun State Roller Girls to have very little penalties on the board in comparison to Paradise City. Now you need to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that with tiredness and fatigue comes minor mistakes, and that's, I'm sure, where Paradise City are getting pinched. So keep an eye on those girls. We have Rose Ruin on 5, Christy Demons, Guns and Rosie, and Rattlin Bones on 6. Alice Affliction against Polly Crackers.
Yeah, when two teams are very evenly matched, it comes down to a lot of the time to who has the least penalties can make a big difference in the result of a bout.
9 times out of 10, the team with the most penalty loses. So remember that for the future. Alice Affliction is your lead jammer. Someone mentioned that there's a few jammers that have no penalties. Yes, Polly Crackers is one of them.
Nice work.
Alice Affliction only has a few penalties. Considering the girl has jammed almost 40 minutes, that is an impressive feat. Alice Affliction calls up the jam, and Polly Crackers steals 2 points at the back end of that jam. The girl is a dynamo.
Polly Crackers all class. Alice Affliction is all class. A lot of talent on track. Some of the best skaters in Australia, if not the world. We are watching it right now.
I love clean derby too. No one wants to see penalties. I love a full complement of skaters. I realize that power jams is the exciting thing for the crowd, but I like the nitty gritty. I want to see a team score 1-0, 1-0. Oh, and that'll be no counter directional block called there in the back of that pack, and we will continue.
Death Angel hits the front. She is lead jammer. Here comes Rose Ruin, the captain of the Sun State Girls. See, the Sunset girls want to get to the front of the pack and dictate the pace. The Gold Coast girls want to slow it down. Some nice blocking at the back of the pack.
And looks like she's going to try and sneak in. Was the jam called in time? It was. 0 points apiece. That's a maiden jam. You know what that means.
I'm hearing you, Johnny Pistol. Mrs. Mary's putting it out there. Alice Affliction for Team Australia. You have my vote.
Yeah, there's a lot of girls from this weekend's tournament that I would put forth into my Team Australia. I don't know if I'm being biased, but I did manage to commentate a lot of her games. Thank you.
Oh, definitely.
She is one of the best blockers I've ever seen. The girl managed to hold a power jammer to 5 points for the entirety. So that was thank you by herself. So that's a pretty impressive feat to hold a jammer to 5 points.
Thank you, of course, from the Bay Rollers.
Yes, of course, the Bay Rollers, and what a team they have become as well. Nikki Nitro down from the Gold Coast with a good injection of love. And Alice Affliction is your lead jammer. I would love to see exactly how many lead jammers Alice Affliction has got out of a potential. And this is great news for Paradise City.
We have a Paradise City power jam. Rose Ruin is in the penalty box.
Yes, a Rose Ruin in the penalty box. Alice Affliction needs to make the most of this situation. If she can rack up 20, 30 points, this will be a close game. I'm not going to put money on it that the Paradise City will score 70 points, but I'm sure they can close that gap and make my heart race.
Toecutter back on track for the Paradise City girls. You see the girls at the front, they're really speeding it up, making it hard for Alice.
Yeah, they are making this pack a proverbial comet with speed, and there is 3 skaters on the track. Just 3. Alice Affliction with 5 points. This is a dream situation for Alice Affliction. As you can see, Paradise City are going to try and slow this down as they hold number 8 from Sun State Roller Girls, Shellrazor.
Yeah, Sun State playing Gold Coast yesterday. There's a Shellrazor for Gold Coast, Shellrazor for Sun State. I was calling for a...
Yeah, I believe one is TMNT Shellrazor.
That's the difference. But I wanted them to jam against each other. Referee down.
Yeah, you can see that both teams have left nothing in the tank. They are throwing absolutely everything they have at this game. Obviously, it is the 2013 Tropicarnage Cup, and it is a prestigious prize if ever there was one. This, in my opinion, is second only to Great Southern Slam.
Oh, most definitely. We have Death Angel lining up against Polly Crackers in what could be our last jam of our grand final.
Yes, I believe we have 59 seconds left on the clock. Polly Crackers looking for lead, and Death Angel also looking for lead at the front of the pack. This is a fast pack. Polly Crackers around the outside, and she is your lead jammer. Now, if I know SSRG, and I know them pretty well, they are a smart team, and they are going to wind this clock down as best as they can.
Down to 40 seconds, or just under 40 seconds left on the clock. Still 1.5 minutes left in this jam.
No, Dirty Birdie, I don't believe they do a player of the tournament, but that is something I will pass on to the right people for next year.
Here comes
Polly Crackers looking for points. She's got one to beat. That's number 92, Guns and Rosie.
Guns and Rosie showing some nice speed, catching up with Polly Crackers down that straight there.
And Polly Crackers with a 5-point pass to finish off the jams. We have very little time left. You know that Polly is keeping her eye on that clock. She's going to call it. Yes, we have 0 seconds left on the period clock. This jam clock is the final seconds. 41 seconds left on the jam timer.
Currently the score, Sun State on 156-95.
That is it. That is the unofficial final, 158-95. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, nothing is official until it is official. A couple of lead changes early on, Johnny Smash. I'm sure SSRG had their hearts pumping. Paradise City, like I said, have thrown everything into this tournament. Beating Northern Brisbane Rollers is an accomplishment in itself, but putting up a score like that against Sun State, you've got to be happy.
Sun State pushed Paradise City, just tried their fatigue out. Very, very fit team, both of these teams. But congratulations to Sunset taking it out once again. That's 3 years in a row.
That is a trifecta of victories for the Sun State Roller Girls. And we will just watch them skate out now once we have seen the final whistle blown by the head referee.
Once again, a big shout out to Paradise City. Very, very well done. They're a new league. They were the last league to be
less than a year. Less than a year old. So amazing work.
Yeah, and they find themselves.
Now I'm just going to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the full list for the weekend. So these are all the Sun State Roller Girls on the list, potentially played. Perhaps they didn't play quite as much, but it doesn't matter. They are Sun State Roller Girls, and they are number 08, Shellrazor, number 101, t-wizz, number 11, Lady Killer, number 12, Rose Ruin, number 148, Dominazn, number 18, Stepford Knife, number 21, Risky Izzness, number 255, Jigglytuff, number 28, Muzzarati, number 411, Blockadile Dundee, number 45, Cookie Cutter, number 48, Hamzilla, number 54, Masochist MeLL, number 58, Dodge and Bolt, number 59, Skid Vicious, number 8, Polycrackers, and of course, number 8, Courtizone. Their bench managers have been Slaughter Daughter and Dale Glory. So a big round of applause to the Sun State Roller Girls, Johnny Smash, for once again taking out the Tropicarnage Cup.
They are the champions once again, yes. A trio of victories, 2011, 2012, 2013.
Yeah, you got to love that thrice as much. All right, Johnny, I think that's us for the weekend. I am literally going to go soak my throat in salt water. It has been an absolute pleasure commentating for you. It's been an absolute pleasure commentating with Johnny Smash. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon with the rest of your long weekend. Peace.
Peace out. See ya.